Mermaid-hole. I thought I would do a... Hey, crazy duck. Hang on a sec. Excuse me. Oh my days. My ducks like to try and help. So, I gotta... I so should have had a glass of water before recording. Oh well. Hopefully won't choke too much. Hey Sunna! Oh god, here we go. Benny Hill show. Fawn is on the pursuit. Oh, there he is. Oh, Frigg. Frigg, you don't need to help. Fawn's more than capable. Boys, one at a time. Frigg! Yes, you. Come on, honey. Let Fawn have a go. You both can't ride her at the same time. You okay, crazy cake? Are you okay? Oh my gosh. Sorry. Seriously crashed the vlog with duck antics. What are you doing? Oh, Mr. Free. You let Fawn have a go. He's such a Buffy. He's a Buffy here. See, puffed up. You gonna let me get back to my recording? No? You gonna let me record still? Hey, I gotta get back to my Hori Hori. Hey, Freya. Oh, crazy duck. Oh, here we go. And I'm trying to imitate the music from the Benny Hill show, old TV series that used to be on. Basically, the dude was always chasing females, and that's what my backyard reminds me of sometimes with the two boys. Frigg and Fawn chasing the girls. And a lot of the times they end up going round and round in circles for a very long time. Oh, crazy Luna Luca. Luca is so vocal. She is the loudest. The honking is just coming from her. She's settling a little bit, but far out Brussels sprout. I hope she settles a little wee bit more. Back to the topic. I got myself finally a Hori Hori. I did a article about different, well, I did many articles about different cultivating tools in gardening, and the Hori Hori was one of them, and I don't have one, and now I finally got one, and it only cost me $35 plus shipping. I'll add a link to where I got it from online in Australia. Obviously there's going to be others you can get. So basically it's a Hori Hori. So it's a knife, but it also has a ruler on it, and it's caved a little bit, concaved a little bit, so you can actually scoop things up. So it's really handy for digging and weeding, and I like it for transplanting. And one of the reasons is, and before I continue, it's got an ash wood handle, so obviously you can get different woods. The blade is stainless steel, so it's a box that came in, and this is a frog, and there's a belt buckle clip in there. I want to get an engraver so I can engrave my things, especially if I'm, taking these things on campus to work with some of my names on it. Oh gosh, I need to put the camera down because I've got it in the frog tightly. Alrighty, so there we go. There is the blade. So there's the serrated edge and the smooth edge. Both edges are semi-sharp, especially the serrated. However, you can sharpen the smooth edge. Hello, baby. Sunna was agog watching, but I just love the depth. So often, Merlin, come on, dude. Now you're starting. So often when you're planting, you're measure, or you're digging up soil. So you're doing soil samples and you're going into depths. So you're getting your deep soil, your horizon soil, or you're just putting in a treeling, whatever. It's nice to be able to measure down using a Hori Hori. It is a traditional Asian planting knife and propagation knife. So I was really happy, and it's got a really good weight to it too. It's pretty sturdy and solid. Let's have a look at it in action. Oh, Merlin, dude, really? You have to, hon? What is going on with you, crazy Roo? Merlin. So I'm going to plant up finally the blocks I've got here in the front of the chook run. I have got parsley. I already had a nasturtium there. What else? I got a couple of violas from the campus, and also parsley, flat leaf parsley, which is my favourite. I don't like the curly leaf parsley as much. I find it more bitter, but it is actually more potent though as well. I do have both, and seed wise I do want to still cultivate and dry and store the curly leaf variety, but you know, time is what is. So, and then my bottle's joining in. Oh, my nose. I probably should get a little wee bit of soil. So at the moment I have got sawdust filled in the Besser bricks from, you know, just doing the change clean over of the duck and the chook beds. And it's basically been sitting there for at least 6 weeks. So this is actually a potting media. It's not soil or dirt from the ground. I usually make my own, but again, time is what it is. I haven't been able to. I do want to at some point. Merlin, enough, dude. I'm right here, dude. It's enough. Yes, we're all agog. Yes, we're watching you. Hey? God. He's so intelligent. Truly. People don't give birds enough credit, especially birds like ducks and roos. Like, they're really smart. Yeah, they do stupid things, but so do humans. I would argue in many cases the birds are smarter than humans. At least the birds know how to preserve themselves and don't give away their, you know, nature-born skills for high water. Hello, beautiful. Look at your eyes. Oh, you're such a pretty boy. Except when you do that too much. Yeah, you drive me nuts. I know. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. So Briget, you're shocking. You'd eat me if you could. Hey? I know, you'd eat me. She's an Isa Brown cross. She's actually sibling, or not sibling, she came from the same patch as Buffy over there, who's a Volwerk. And you can actually see it with Briget, her colourings. She's actually quite gentle. She wouldn't eat me, but she's just so funny. Like, she's got food on the brain. So let's put a bit of soil in here. Probably should have got my tripod out. Might have made life a little wee bit easier. Now, we are about a week out from sowing. Oh, that just scoops out so lovely. You know, I've got some really nice scoops that hold about 600 millilitres or nearly 2 cups of matter, and they're just too big for some things such as pots, whereas this is just perfect. It truly is. Wow, and it's got a nice weight to it. Nothing worse than using you know what I should probably get? My gardening stool. Nothing worse than working with a gardening tool and it's light and flimsy, especially something like that with a bit of weight in it. You basically can just put it on the dirt and boom, straight in she goes. You don't really have to push down much or anything like that. I mean, you're working with loose matter anyway, but still. Definitely one of my favourite things this year is my Hori Hori. Been eyeing it off. Well, not this particular one on the site, but I've been eyeing off getting a Hori Hori for about 3 years now, and I just haven't been able to get round to doing it. Hey honey, God, I love you. Yeah, look at you, you're such a sweetheart. I'm so blessed to have such charming babies. Look at you. Yeah. Are you happy, Merlin? You are happy. You are so loved. Look at that spunky afro. Look at that spunky afro. You're such a pretty dude. Yeah. You spunky man. Yeah. Briget. What's going on? Are the ducks playing Norse code with their beaks? Sometimes you can hear them when they're muzzling against something. Oh, hang on, it sounds like something else. Maggie, are you up there, darling? Yeah, she's up there on the roof. Maggie. Anyway, so I did some cuttings of my Vietnamese mint, which I've got in a pot. I had this everywhere in the last property, and it started off with a little organic pot that I had bought from Volwerk Cottage online, and I brought some with me when I moved, but just in the thick of everything, it's one of the plants that died. I didn't really get to tend to and look after that well. And so finally I got another one, and that's in the pot there, and from that pot I made some cuttings to propagate. And I basically just put them in a, oh God, it's like butter, just goes in there like butter. Wonderful. Anyway, I made some cuttings and I just put them in water, and they rooted beautifully. No root hormone needed or used, and they took really well. Very easy. One of the things I love about hot mint or Vietnamese mint, it's once it starts going, it spreads nicely. It's not as bad as common. It's not actually a mint. It's not as bad as common mint, which it takes over, which is not bad if you don't have anything else growing. You just try to, if I had to choose between having bare earth and common mint, I'd choose common mint any day. We shouldn't have bare earth anyway. One of the reasons why we're in the problem that we are in a lot of things. We've got too much bare earth, and the soil erodes, coupled with pollution and mismanagement and urbanisation, pulling people into little cities or smart cities is actually a big part of the problem, not the solution. People should be encouraged to live on the land, with the land, and to be custodians of it, if you like, and helping it flourish. And there's no limit to the capacity of how amazing nature can be if man just gets out of the way. And I don't mean gender specific. It's a catch-all for all humans. Sometimes we just need to get out of the way and encourage where we can encourage, but I'm amazed that she's done what she's done in spite of what we have done. And no race has special privileges of saying, oh, we're perfect with nature. Come on. Whether it's stupid fear of natural things and animals and discrimination against critters for whatever reason. Oh, it's a nasty bird, or it's this or that. Like, you know, humans have not learnt. We have actually devolved. All this thing about evolution, which I don't really believe in, but still, like, humans have generally devolved. Don't believe me? What's happening with our birth rates? Are the birth rates sustainable? No. In certain countries, they are not. But in the West especially, our birth rates are completely declining. That said, I wouldn't want children in today's day and age because I don't like what children are exposed to and the legal recourse that you have to face if you don't want to expose your children to these things. I think it's grooming at best. Open pedophilia in your face at worst. And I just couldn't handle that. I would see anyone come near my animals, what I would do. They'll be lucky to just have a missing hand. I'll cut it off. I come near my critters. Don't get me started, and if I had children, what I'd do. Wow, this knife is just amazing. Oh, look at Briget. It's just like, oh, let me at him. Let me at him. I want Briget. Not yet, honey. Not yet, sweetheart. Not yet. When it's the time, I promise. I'll let you have bits. The other thing I'm going to do is I am actually going to get my hanging pots organised. Oh, you're a little bit dry, aren't you, honey? Get my hanging plots organised so I can hang nasturtiums. I'll get my camera up in a second. I forgot I didn't have the camera pointing into... Oh, you're a bit... So right now, this seedling is a little bit wedged in the pot. So I'm going to actually use a Hori Hori to wedge it out and see how it goes. I hate tugging on the roots to get them out of a semi-root bound pot. And I'm going to see how this feels. Sometimes what I'd usually use is a fork or a spork. Oh, look at that. Perfect, guys. Look at that. It just came out wonderfully. So I just went down the sides of each of the walls of the square with the knife against the plastic, and it just went down perfectly. Can you see the roots a little bit bound in there? Bridget's like, let me out. And the other thing too is you can actually hold the soil like that as you put the seedling in. Now I'm going to have to use two hands, so again, excuse me. Oh wow, that's nice. Hey, Briget! you cheeky shit. she got a little bit of the viola. Oh, Briget Booze. Briget Booze, what are you doing? Oh, she got oh, you little menace. I was lifting it up and it went into here comes Merlin. She got some of the viola. I'm actually going to put a stake so it can climb up a little bit and before it spills. But that went in beautifully, guys. Just wonderful. And so here is and the duckies are like, oh, can I have? Yeah, I've got the mesh up there so you don't come in here. Yeah. Because my little duckies, you would just put holes in everything. Yeah. You would just eat all the young plants. They're not ready for that yet. Yeah, we're still planting the place up. Hey, crazy cakes. What are you doing? Ooh, oh, my boy. Frigg. Oh, your little yellow beak. Ooh. Beep, 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 beep. Hey, Mr. Fawn. Oh, he's got his curly whirl back. Look, look, he's got a curly whirl. Oh, Bella, Bella, Bella. Bella, Bella, Bella. Bella, Bella, Bella. Woo. She's so round. I love her belly. It's so squishable. So squish, squish, squish. One of the things I love about the Vietnamese mint as well, whilst I was on the topic, I'm just going to cover that a little bit so the roots don't dry out, is my rooster just loves this stuff. It does have a peppery quality. I don't know if it's fair to say it's a substitution for coriander or mint, being what it is. Hey guys, here you go. Just got some of the dirt from grass there that's been growing on the path. But the roost, I don't know, it's funny. The boys tend to like the peppery and pungent and strong things in taste, including my ducks. My ducks love Dutch cinnamon, and so does my rooster. He loves it as well, and it's weird. Like there definitely seems to be a like. Wow, this Hori Hori has just helped me take my seedlings out with zero fuss muss perfectly. So I like to feed my rooster by hand sometimes. He just doesn't like my pink boots, which I'll actually do a share of and a review of these work boots. He doesn't like the bright pink. Not a fan whatsoever of the bright pink boots. Merlin. When I walk in with the bright pink boots, he fans out his neck and goes into attack mode of my shoes. When I go into the Chook run, they are used to seeing my black Wellingtons. I pretty much don't walk into the Chook run without my Wellingtons or the duck run. I like to keep my Wellingtons just for that. I pretty much only go into the run in the morning and at night when I'm cleaning up and closing up for the day, either way. And what else? What I do afterwards is I actually hose my boots down, the soles, before going back in, and then I sit them in the laundry trough. Hygiene is everything. I don't believe in virology, in viruses, but I do acknowledge bacteria and microscopic organisms which can develop with bad hygiene, or develop when there's a need to remove matter. See, I see getting a cold is actually your body shedding shit, stuff it doesn't want to have or hold on to, including stress, but even exposed bacteria or pathogens which compromise the immune system. The body, when it needs to, has that sort of situation, it goes through a cold, or what we call a cold, basically, where it just kind of like melts down, if you like. Everything runs because your body's trying to expel things. Like in the old days, when you had a fever, often you would be encouraged to have the fever and sweat it out for a reason, because it was your way, the body's way of getting rid of shit. Now, coming into Samhain or winter, the tide of winter, we usually accrue a lot of crap, and not just physically, but also mentally, spiritually, one and the same, the latter. And the high percentages of people getting a cold this time of the year, they don't really get one, they develop one, which is, like I said, from what I understand, is actually just the body's way of detoxing. Now, what happens if your body can no longer detox? All the other illnesses and maladies which present themselves on a human body or condition because it's full of toxins that it can't get rid of. So I would never want to get rid of my body's ability to get a cold. Now, the severity of a cold, often what I have found in my older age, is dependent on whether you have listened to the cues of your body at certain points to start encouraging the detox. Your body does give you warning signals. You get tired, you start feeling sluggish, you start not coping with things that you usually cope with, etc., etc. But often we ignore these things because they're inconvenient, because it means we have to slow down somewhere or do something we've been putting off, or look into a relationship that we've been avoiding doing something about, or whatever it is. But you can only do that for so long, and the body's like, well, you're not going to listen. Well, I'm going to give it to you with interest so you learn better next time. So your degree of discomfort when you go through a cold is dependent, is I would say often dependent on how much toxicity you have allowed into your life and have allowed to fester. So anyway, that's my take on that. People are open to their own opinions, but being someone from the health industry and a certain age, I think I know a little bit of what I'm talking about here. And I'm just looking at my patterns here. I've got parsley flat, Vietnamese mint or hot mint, nasturtium. I've forgotten the name of this succulent, spider something, viola, Vietnamese mint. Or do I want to put that there? I haven't planted it yet, because here's another viola. I might put the two violas in next to each other. Bridget's like, let me at it. When I first got Merlin, and then I had to get him some girlfriends, I remember the whole thing of thinking, oh yeah, I'll have Chooks running around the garden. Yeah, right. The hens especially will dig up your garden like big time, no quick. The ducks aren't so bad. They do eat the succulent, and they will damage some plants, but the girls, those feet there, they just claw it up, dig it up, and it's gone. My battery's about to run out, so I'll leave you with this. And anyway, the Hori Hori is a great gardening tool. I'll add a link to where I got mine from. Hope you're keeping sane and safe, and in the northern hemisphere you'll be on the eve of the Beltana, or summertide, or summer finding. I hope you're keeping sane, busy, and mentally safe, or spiritually safe. And keep your pulse on the natural world and don't let it go. Nothing is worth letting it go. That's what it means to be human, is our connection to this. Blessed be, and Mary Pat. You say goodbye, Marilyn. You're funny. You're funny. He's a funny dude. Yay!